Hello, fellow Hyruleians! I am your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome to a new series of The Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker Randomized. Now, to start off, a randomizer pretty much randomizes all the items within Hyrule, where we have to play the game out of order and to figure out the best route to make it to the end. Now, I have recently been playing the Link to the Past randomizer, and as you can see, we have a new hero, which isn't Link, but Blue. And yes, Blue is a girl. And, in fact, she made a wish on the Triforce, and it has thrown the entire Zelda timeline out of whack. And, honestly, it is our job to make it through the timeline, and see how far we can get. And honestly, it was once us roaming Hyrule and searching for all the different items, making it through the Dark World and defeating Ganon. But now we are on the open seas, and honestly, I believe at this point, I feel like Blue is actually still looking for her uncle once again. Because if you don't know, in Link to the Past randomizer, your uncle pretty much wants to find a way to destroy the moon. And this is pretty much what happens. Your uncle finds a way to do something to the moon, the tides change, the ocean rises, and floods most of Hyrule. Thankfully, we have the mountaintops to live on now. However, go ahead and create our character, or our file, I should say, because the difference between the Wind Waker randomizer and Link to the Past randomizer is not only do you have all the items to find, which I will explain the chart on the right in a moment, but you also can customize your character, and you can also pretty much change the dungeon locations. Now, the thing is, as well, we will be starting on a completely random island. I do not know, but it seems we start on the island that has the Earth Temple. Well, I guess this kind of fits. As well, as you can kind of see, here's Blue. And yes, she has the Deku Shield. Which, if you do not know, this model is actually based on Saria from Ocarina of Time, which is in fact one of my favorite characters. Also, the pink hair kind of goes without explaining, because in Link to the Past, well, Link has pink hair. So we kind of have to continue the style. Now, here's Blue with the King of Red Lions. So we are going to be with Red, which what we will call him. So we're pretty much playing Pokemon. Blue and red, red and blue. Also, we have a few items that we start with, such as the Swift Cell and the Wind Waker. And pretty much we have a few different songs. The Wind Requiem, which pretty much changes the wind direction. The Ballad of the Gales, which teleports in the Song of Passing, which is the Sun Song, more or less. Changes day to night, night to day. You guys understand. Now, another thing is pretty much the chart on the right, as you can kind of see, it also comes with a map. So if we mark the Deku Leaf, for example, it will open up a lot of locations for where we can use the Deku Leaf. However, because I've set myself a challenge, I am not going to use the map as much. The map does come in handy though, because it pretty much will tell us what platforms we can go to, what subs we can go to, and any different islands that we can actually make it through with the items we have. Now, pretty much we are right at Outset Island. The thing is with Blue, she is pretty much, I'm guessing, looking for her uncle. I'm guessing this may have happened several months to probably a year or so after Link's Awakening, or not Link's Awakening. Yeah, this is pretty much Link's Awakening if you think about it. But no, after Link to the Past randomizer. I don't even know if there is a Link's Awakening randomizer, which that would kind of be interesting. But we're going to pretty much head off to Outset and look for a handful of the chests that we can get. I know there is in fact a chest underneath Blue's grandma's house, which that was, we had to make a quick stop here, you know, to see Granny. But as well, we're going to go ahead and collect a few extra rupees, easy rupees to get a hold of. Don't really, I would say we don't really need magic, but that was our problem within Link to the Past, is Blue doesn't have the magic as much. Also, I am guessing we have taken our uncle's sword back since, yeah, that was the one thing in Link to the Past, is that Link's uncle, or Blue's uncle, I apologize, was reckless with his sword. But here is our first chest. The chest that lies underneath Blue's grandma's house. What will it be? Hooray! We've actually got a piece of the Triforce to start off. So what piece is that? Now, normally I would have just using the pause menu for my chart, since the chart does kind of get in the way, but in my opinion, the chart is useful especially for the map. And as I've mentioned, the map's good where it tells you what platforms you can go to, what islands you're able to make it through, etc. But I feel like that is only for a last resort. So we've actually, our first item was in fact a Triforce piece. That will actually help us a lot, but that also means starting off good may actually hurt us in the long run, because getting all the good items first, and we are going to run into a lot of rupees, especially within this game. So we have to of course make a trip to see Granny, our beloved Granny, which will help us get some grandma soup later on. So at this point we are actually towards the middle of the game, which the randomizer pretty much drops us off at. So pretty much just goes ahead and sets things up, but at the same time we still have to go and complete the early dungeons. So one of our other stops, which we're going to have to do, is go and talk to Beetle. However, we still need a few rupees. Now, if you don't know, Beetle normally sells you the bait bag and whatnot, and a few other items. However, he's going to have something completely different. So, I believe we have enough rupees? Okay, Blue. I guess she just wanted to take a swim. So we're going to quickly run up here and see if we can make it to Beetle in time before he gets away from us. Beetle, one of everybody's favorite characters, next to Tingle. I think people like Beetle slightly more than Tingle, because he's more of that character which he is selling an orange rupee. Okay. Hi, Beetle. How are you? Sure. I guess this is a good deal. we bought 100 rupees, or technically 80 rupees, for 20. So not only did we get our money back, but we also gained 80 rupees in the process. This is starting to be a really good start, and also he's going to... I think Beetle sends you things in the mail, which is one thing that I kind of set up as to get quick items for, because one thing about this is some of the things can last quite a while, especially searching it, because you can have the key items as the found with the normal treasure charts, which that would just take up a lot of time, and I'm wanting to not really go on through this series for a long time, but just enough that we can actually explore the islands, the different dungeons, and pretty much just be able to experience the entire game, but without the headaches. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the Song of Passing, because at this point Outset Island is being surrounded by monsters. And this guy here, which he is... I don't know if he's technically afraid of the monsters or what, but he has a hidden chest within his house. So let's see. Blue. Is that you? Blue. Whoa. Yes, me and my great acting skills. Putting those acting skills to work. Kinda startled me there, buddy. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. He's talking about the monsters outside. But what does he have within his house? Is it anything helpful? That is helpful. Just not as... This is starting to be like Link to the Past all over again. We're getting all the arrows and all the power-ups, and we don't have the items to actually use any of it. So... Hello, Choose. How are you? I don't know if it's really needed for us to collect these True Jellies, since, I mean, later they do help us get potions and whatnot, especially in this game, and is the one reason why I kind of want to farm them, but I don't know when we will be getting the Spoils bag, since that is another key item that we need. But now we're going to make it back over to the King of Red Lions while defeating a few more of these guys. But I also wish to just let you guys know that when it comes to some of these Let's Plays, it's more of a laid back style that I have. And that's why I feel like, I don't know, it's just something easy for us to go through. So, we're actually going to teleport now. And this is one easier chest to get a hold of, which is at Mother and Child Island. And this is where the Queen Fairy would be. However, we will be just granted with a chest, since I believe she is on vacation. And I feel like this is a spot that I don't really want to come back to as much, but filled with fairies. And oh my god. Yeah, so when it comes to the list of things to get, the Tingle statues sadly are one of them. However, by looking over here at the chart, I honestly do not see the Tingle statues. Now, if you're not aware of the Tingle statues, they would normally be, because since we are playing through the GameCube version, you would normally get the Tingle statues with the Game Boy Advance attachment. Which, yeah, with the randomizer, that won't happen. So pretty much to end our first episode, I am going to grab a few extra chests on Windfall now, and I feel like Windfall is going to be one of those islands that we will be coming back to a lot within this series, just because there's a lot of mini side quests. And of course, I mean, what's a better way to get any items than to visit our old friend Tingle? And yeah, he's pretty much going to want us to let him out of jail, since he's pretty much been abusing his brothers and stealing a picto box or a camera. But instead, he is going to give us a few extra things, which he would normally give us the Tingle Tuner. Yes, it's good to see you too, Tingle. In fact, when it comes to, as I mentioned before, Tingle and Beetle, for whatever reason, I'm one of the people, I guess, who likes Tingle, just because how... yeah, what he said. But how interesting he actually is, and what makes him that way, but then he's just still one of the weirdest characters. So he actually gave us a treasure chart, which I did not set that to being 4 key items. So you would know the chests are still randomized for the treasure charts. However, you can have it set to finding key items with those. And that's the one thing that will just make the game last a lot longer, because there's 49 treasure charts and about 54, 55 or so if you include the Triforce charts. So, another orange rupee. Thank you, Tingle. Now, the one thing that I don't really want to do, but we may end up having to do it anyways, is that I have seen before that if you do collect all the Tingle statues, Tingle will give you a certain item. Now, to finish this episode, we are actually going to make it to the room where the picto box is. However, there's a lot of twists and turns, and if we are not careful, we can run into rats. I know it's down here somewhere, and I enjoy picking up rupees, but when it comes to like these games, I feel like they're just a waste, because you pick them up and they don't add to your counter, which I really would wish that for the randomizer they would increase your rupee rate, like how much you can carry, but we still have to find the different wallets. So, here it is. The box where it would normally hold the picto box, and Tingle's treasure that he left for us. What is within thee? Yep. One thing that you will learn from the randomizers, they are quite generous when it comes to rupees. Especially the one thing that I knew would be a challenge in Wind Waker. And, well, yeah, rupees for all. However, I feel like it is time to end this episode. So, this has been the Hyrule Historian. I hope you have all enjoyed it. And if you wish to see more, please leave me a like or a comment below to letting me know that you enjoy these videos. And don't forget to spread the word around. Share it with friends. But besides that, I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys. That's a great ending.